Okay, let's say you have 20,000 to invest. You could put that 20,000 into the stock market. If it grows at an average 9% a year, in 8 years, it'll be worth $40,000. That's $20,000 gain on your initial investment. Now, let's take that same 20,000 and use it as a down payment on a $400,000 loan. If that home value goes up by just 5% annually, which is the 40-year average for real estate appreciation in the US, in just 1 year, that's a $20,000 gain on your initial investment. After 8 years, that home would be worth just under $600,000. That's a $200,000 gain on your initial $20,000 investment. So with stocks, $20,000 becomes $40,000. With real estate, $20,000 becomes $200,000. That's 10 times more money using the exact same initial investment. So this is why so many people get rich through real estate. You're not just investing your money, you're investing the bank's money too.
Okay, so we need to get a couple things out of the way. First of all, don't ever compare investing in the S&P 500 and a real estate property, especially the way she's trying to do it. If you're putting $20,000 down on a $400,000 house, first of all, you can't actually buy it with just 20 grand, as though most of us know. You're going to have at least another $12,000 in closing costs, in addition to possibly having to pay up some PMI insurance, to have money for escrows. Again, it's not that simple. So the other issue is, if you take a look at the S&P 500, it actually is a 10.3% return over its lifetime, and real estate's closer to 4 than it is to 5. But let's just set that aside and let's assume her numbers are actually correct. And you do get a $200,000 increase in 8 years, which, for those of you who have a problem with how our real estate's going and how affordable it is, there's part of your problem right there. However, what you're not taking into consideration is that over that 8-year period, you're going to be paying $210,000 in interest. You're going to be paying over $25,000 in taxes, and you're going to be paying almost $20,000 in insurance, unless that continues to jack up the way it has been too. Not to mention maintenance. I mean, when you're owning the home, there's windows that go bad, HVAC units go bad, refrigerators go bad, you got to mow the yard, you got to shovel the driveway. All that's got to be taken into consideration into the actual cost. Because again, you're talking about just putting $20,000 in the S&P that gets to grow versus having to put, say, $32,000 so that your actually 20 can actually grow. And again, it's not a fair comparison. In addition to that, if you really wanted to, because all you're really doing by using the $20,000 to buy a $400,000 house is leveraging your money. You could just take that $20,000 and get leverage and leverage investments in stocks. Again, I'm not suggesting any of this stuff. All I'm saying is it's a stupid way to look at this, to try to say, oh, well, I'm only going to get this and this. Again, it's not true, because all you have to do is take the interest out of it, and you're already behind, because if you're making 200 grand, you have to pay 210 in interest. That's assuming everything else goes perfect. You're still behind the 8. So folks, make sure that you sit down with a financial advisor and you make sure that you're investing your money the best way for you. And don't listen to people on TikTok. Dickie out.